this hangout, I'm sharing with you all the ways that I am trying to build my dream life.
Good morning.
Create a life that you absolutely love. We should be actually doing. Like, the things that we plan, we need to carry it through and execute. I'm really trying to get into the habit of working for myself before someone else first thing in the morning. I honestly feel like a habit tracker is such a game changer. Problem solve and recognize exactly where I'm lacking. Not every day is going to feel like you are actively contributing to building your dream life. Hello, my sunny bays. Welcome back. I'm so glad you could make it. It is currently 6:31 a.m. It's quite early. Okay, I think Romper wants to join. You gotta go outside, buddy. You gotta get your morning walk in. Oh, hi. Mama's boy. If you're new here, Charlie is my husband, and he is back from a trip from Florida for his work. And Romper feels some type of way that he's back because he's like, you betrayed us and then just waltz back in here. Think you belong with us. Just kidding. Go, go, go. You love him. You know you do. Go. Oh, he says no. I wanted to create this video for those of you who are working your 9 to 5, but have the desire and ambition to build your dream life or a version of it. In this hangout, I'm sharing with you all the ways that I am trying to build my dream life. And the fact that I am already kind of living a version of my dream life, it might not be super extravagant or luxurious or perfection by any means, but in my mind, I truly believe that this is a version of life that I dreamed of as a kid, and that makes it a version of my dream life. No, I have a shelter, I have safety, I have protection, I have financial freedom, I have people who love me, people that I love, I have family, I have friends, I can travel. I just feel like that is a dream life, and I'm in a privileged place to say that, but it did take a lot of hard work, discipline, ambition, actionable steps for me to get here. Side note, don't get me wrong, I do think that it is possible for you to find a job that you absolutely love and adore. I feel like I'm in a really lucky place where I do love being a UX UI designer. If you are new here, I am a full-time UX UI designer for corporate America, and I do love it. I love my job. I love the people that I work with, which is more than other people can say, and I understand that I'm also blessed to be able to say that. But I've also had jobs that are very, very shitty and worked with really incompetent leadership and awful people. So I've seen both ends of the spectrum. There is a light at the end of the tunnel, and it is possible for it to be tolerable and for you to focus outside of your full-time job to create a life that you absolutely love to be in. One of the things that I have adopted in my life that has truly helped me get things done and be productive and do the activities that help me push forward to getting closer to my dream life is to wake up early. I know, girlies, it is so hard, and I am truly not a morning person. But my friend Jenna, the one that I'm actually meeting up with today at a cafe at 7 o'clock today. I have to leave my house in about 5 minutes so that I can meet up with her. She has inspired me so much because I kid you not, she does what most people do in a day before her 9 o'clock job, like 9 o'clock start time to her full-time job. She wakes up at like 5:30 every day, which I will never become that person. Like, I'm just not, it's not in my blood. I am so sorry, but it's just not me. We are built from a different cloth, and we all are. So we gotta finesse these things to fit into our own lives and our own routines and schedules, and have enough self-awareness to understand like if that's going to be a sustainable habit for you. And I know that waking up at 5:30 is not going to be for me, but my version of it is to wake up at around anywhere between 6 and 7. I can have a really, really productive day and knock out some things that make me feel really accomplished that day. And it just sets me up for success for the rest of the day. The reason why I'm meeting up with Jenna this morning, this early, is because we actually wanted to journal together. We have very similar hobbies and passions, Jenna and I. And it's just so nice to have friends who really understand you and get you, especially when it comes to the things that bring you joy, peace, ways to regulate your emotions and mental health. Being able to share that with a friend is a beautiful thing. So I am going to go journal with her. I might end up also editing a little bit to get that out of the way. This is another perk of having a couple hours to yourself before you start turning the wheels for the big boss, is because you can squeeze in the things that you prioritize before you, I guess, slave away at your full-time job. I'm really trying to get into the habit of working for myself before someone else first thing in the morning. It just makes you feel good and that there's purpose to your life. At least it does for me. And this is all just coming from a place of my personal experience. So feel free to leave what you will and feel free to adopt what you think is good for you. Anywho, I'm gonna head out. Let's go ahead and meet up with Jenna. Hello. This little psycho is, yeah, I got the new iPhone.
Oh my god,
17,
I can tell.
Right? The front camera is like so much better.
Yeah, it is.
Right? It's so crisp. Ooh, your skin looks nice. Oh no. Oh no. This is a different color. Shit. I made a mistake. I know, I need to get really, I'm a recovering perfectionist.
Yeah.
Hardcore. I have whiteout, it's okay.
Oh, why that's good. I wish I had white out. I'm just
Do you want one? I have so many. Like, I'm not even joking. I bought like a huge pack. Like, it's like, it came with a pack of, I think like 6 or something.
Really?
Am I really gonna go? No, seriously, have this one.
Are you sure?
Yeah. Fellow perfectionist to another. There you go, you can do this
Oh,
one.
thank you.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, this latte is so good. I can't even show my camera.
This is so cute.
Alrighty, we are back from our journaling session with Jenna. Oh my gosh, I had such an amazing time. It was so calm and peaceful. It's just one of those things that made me so happy to start the day off with because it just kind of grounds you and makes you feel excited about the rest of your day. Hi, Romp. Hello. I do have to log on now to my 9-to-5 job, which is unfortunate, but we gotta do what we gotta do. But before I do so, I wanted to give you another pointer when it comes to building your dream life outside of your 9-to-5 or with your 9-to-5 in tandem, I guess. You saw earlier in the video that I was writing down my to-do list, reminders and everything for the day. And I feel like that's so important, planning out your days with actionable steps and things that you must get done. That is so, so important. And I'm not just talking about planning for the sake of planning, because I feel like sometimes, and I fall under this umbrella too, we plan to just plan and keep planning when we should be actually doing. Like the things that we plan, we need to carry it through and execute. That's why I feel like it's so important to have a planner that is oriented around the action of actually checking off like a to-do list. I do this in a way where before the day starts or the day before, I plan out exactly how I envision my day to be. That includes like my schedule for the day. I keep it really simple. I just put like the time that I have something important and then what that thing is. Next to it, I have my to-do list for that day. I also have a really cool system that I learned on YouTube recently where every single time that I push off or procrastinate on a task that I scheduled it for, whenever I forward it to another day, I have this symbol that I use. It's like this. I'll put it on the screen. It's like this. And then I put the task, which is a visual cue for me to understand that like, hey, you already pushed this off multiple times or once in this case. You got to pay attention to this one, you know? It kind of gives you a little bit of a guilty feeling in a good way. It pushes you to actually get that thing done. If I push it off another time, I put 2 of these symbols, so I know how many times that I've pushed it off. I think that kind of system is so critical if you want to actually get shit done, which is really important if you want to build a dream life outside of your 9 to 5 or with your 9 to 5. I keep saying that, but you know what I'm saying. Anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and log into work now, grind out the day, and then we'll go ahead and reconvene. I am checking in because it's been a couple hours since I've ended my workday for the week. Today is Friday, so I am so excited for the weekend. Oh my goodness. It's been a very, very chaotic and overwhelming week for me at work. I'm onboarding onto a new project, which is probably the reason why, but I'm also managing a new person on my team. Anyway, so there was a lot of things that I needed to wrap up before I was able to log off, but then right afterwards, I had to run to Solid Core. Literally, I was running late, so I could not give you guys a proper check-in before I left for that class. I didn't really love Solid Core today, to be honest with you. The instructor's way of teaching did not gel super well with me, but it's okay. Today is Halloween, and Charlie and I actually made this into a date night for us, so we're gonna watch a scary movie, which is totally fitting for today. We're gonna watch Black Phone 2. I'm a little concerned that I'm not gonna understand what's going on because I have never watched Black Phone original, like the first movie. We have? Apparently I have, but I do not remember. Whatever, it's fine. I'm sure I'll remember it once we get there and start watching the movie. But yeah, that's where I'm running to right now, which is the reason why I am dressed very comfy and cozy in athleisure wear. Whenever I go to the theaters, I just like to dress really, really comfy because I just, it's the vibe. I want to have popcorn on me and with an icy. That is my go-to order at the movie theater. Buttered popcorn with a Coke icy. So good. What a treat, but I don't get it super frequently, which is probably a good thing because that is not good for your health. So much sugar in that order, but it's okay. Once in a while, treat yourself. I do want to talk to you guys about something in regards to the theme of this video because I feel like squeezing in a workout after work, it tends to be pretty difficult for a lot of people, and even for me. I think it's still hard, and I've been doing it for a while, but yeah, I do want to talk about that because I think that making time to exercise, even in your busy schedule, I just think that it's so essential to your mental health, having a physical outlet to get your energy out and stuff like that. It's really, really helpful. But anyway, okay, I do gotta go. I will talk to you guys when I get back. And we're back. It's like I never left. I'm so tired, you guys. I've been awake for a long time, okay? So I'm very tired. I'm so sorry if I don't make any sense in this snippet of the vlog. We got back from the theater, and that was an interesting movie. So I still don't remember watching Black Phone 1. Apparently I did. I vaguely remember, but it was so long ago that it just, skips right over my mind. I enjoyed this movie, the second one. It definitely wasn't anything to write home about. It was kind of an enjoyable, it wasn't super scary. I would categorize this as a classic nostalgic horror movie, if that makes any sense. Sort of the vibes that you get from It and stuff like that. In that way, it was a good time. I did enjoy it. That said, not super memorable. I'm pretty sure the second one won't be memorable for me as well, like the first one, but it's fine. I had a great time though. We had popcorn, the icy, of course. I got to spend some quality time with Charlie, which was also nice because he abandoned me for 3 days while he was on a work trip last week. Anywho, okay, so I wanted to continue talking about building our life, our dream life, if you will. This is actually pretty new to me, so I am speaking out of very recent experience, but because I am engaging in my 75 refined challenge, if you don't know what that is, I made a whole video about it. I'll go ahead and link it right here if you are curious about learning more about that and why I'm doing it. Basically, it's a challenge for me to form habits that I've been wanting to adopt into my life by January 1st, so I'm doing it for 75 days. It started October 17th, so that 75 days from that date is December 31st. So anyway, that triggered my habit tracker journal that I fill out every single night. And it has all 5 habits that I am doing as part of my 75 Refine Challenge. I honestly feel like a habit tracker is such a game changer if you truly want to become better and more consistent with certain behaviors that you want to adopt in your life. It's a very visual way for you to see, okay, like in what areas am I doing a good job versus where can I improve? You can straight away see it on paper, and it just makes it a little bit more tangible and easier to evaluate. I will show you my habit tracker because I think an example would be helpful if you're curious about what mine looks like. I personally use the habit tracker insert from Cloth and Paper because Cloth and Paper is the brand that I have all of my productivity journaling items from, and this is one of the inserts. I love this one so much because visually speaking, it makes me feel like this is kind of like a race. Ignore this whole like upper part here because I didn't get to start at the beginning of the month, unfortunately, because I got this insert a couple days prior to October 17th. I was traveling in Chicago for a couple of days, so a lot of my habits have been kind of wonky. That said, if you look at the later dates right here, you can see how consistent I have been. Well, mostly it's because of my 75 Refine Challenge. If it wasn't for that, I don't know if I would be this good. I have a pretty strong streak going on since October 20th. 18, well, yeah. No, hold on. I was wrong. October 22nd is the day that I actually like got my shit together and committed and got a really good consistent streak going on for all of my habits. So up here, I have all the habits that I want to track for the month, and I included out of bed by 7 a.m., water before caffeine, 30 minutes of movement, study UI development, gratitude journaling. Those 5 are from my challenge. And then last but not least, I put read a book. Just read. Sorry, I'm just getting really tired. Today is October 31st, so obviously it is the last column right here. So I'm actually going to fill these out because I was successfully able to complete all of them except for read a book. I don't think I'm gonna be doing that today, but that's okay. I like to color them in with my super cute aesthetic highlighters, which are from Sharpie, but they're like from the creative marker line with all of these pastel lighter muted colors. I just personally feel that tracking your habits and behaviors really helps motivate you to actually do those habits because consistency is key, but it's also really important to keep in mind that these habits should be realistic to your life and your personality and just everything like that. It has to be tailored towards you, but still slightly inspirational, you know, because you are trying to build a life that is the dream version of what you want. That means it takes a lot of discipline, and something like this is truly going to help you get your mindset straight. I'm gonna go ahead and fill this out for the night and then head to bed because I do still have to wake up early tomorrow because I have to be out of bed by 7 a.m. every single day for 75 days. That is my life until December 31st, but honestly, I'm doing these habits and this particular challenge because I want this to be the norm, you know? I want to exhibit these behaviors because I know that it's going to make me the best version of myself and be as successful as I can be. I'm gonna stop yapping because I think I'm gonna continue on and on. So, okay, let's fill this out and go to bed. Guys, it's Saturday morning and I've been just journaling and doing my reflections page for my habit tracker, which we were talking about last night. So I thought I would just kind of come, I just hurt myself. Got too excited there. I thought we would come full circle to talk about this even more because I feel like this part of the habit tracking activity is one of the most important ones too. I know I've been saying that all this time, like everything is important, but truly in my life, I feel like I don't do enough reflections on my day-to-day things. So I'm trying my best to get back into journaling and reflecting upon the things that I'm doing, especially my behaviors and actions, because I just feel like we're so busy usually to reflect on the go. And for me to really absorb and process things, I think pen on paper is the best way to do it. But anyway, it just differs for everyone. So try to figure out a system that works the best for you. Maybe it's like audio notes and you have to externally process it, or you want to talk to a friend about it just to keep you accountable. It's going to be different based on your preference. I can't really even say that this is a habit of mine yet because I have literally done this once, which is today. I've reflected on my habits, but I do feel like this is something that I'm going to stick with, especially because the inserts come with a reflections page. Don't worry, I have done this in the past though when I was younger, and it was such a good way for me to problem solve and recognize exactly where I'm lacking in terms of like what I need to change to be able to hit a goal. I wanted to show you what the completed month habit tracker looks like. So you can see that on the right side, this is where I have reflected on each of the habits that I was tracking on the left side. Just to give you an idea of like how I reflect on something, I will read one of the entries to you. I'm not gonna read all of it because that would be boring. Maybe I'll read you two to give you a little bit of a variety. But the first one is out of bed by 7 a.m. So for the reflections on this one, I said, this one wasn't too difficult, but funny enough, I thought it would be the hardest habit to keep up with. The only time where it was tough was when I was feeling a bit under the weather, or if I had an extreme workout the evening before. So this kind of tells me that maybe I should avoid workouts that are way too late in the evening, like post dinner, because I feel like when I do that, I just am so exhausted the next morning. I don't know what it is. My body just like cannot handle it. So that is something that I have identified as a problem for me to keep up with getting out of bed by 7 a.m. Another one is 30 minutes of movement, which is kind of tied to getting out of bed, like adjacent. I put definitely not an easy one. I realized I really don't prefer going to the workout class every day, let alone just back-to-back days. I'd rather alternate them with walking. I did discover that I love walking to cafes and long scenic walks with Romper. Romper's my dog if you're new here. So stuff like that. I just love being able to recap and look back and figure out like, okay, what were the obstacles really? What is the root cause that prevented me from having consistency with certain habits? And yeah, that way you can tweak your method and approach the next month. And I'm actually keeping all the same habits for next month because, like I said, this is part of my 75 Refine Challenge, aside from the read a book one, but I just want to keep up with that too. So I have all the same ones on the next page. And we have a brand new fresh start to the month of November. Anyway, I am enjoying my coffee now, and I do need to start getting ready to head out the door to work a wedding. If you don't know already, I am a part-time bridal makeup artist. I work a lot of weddings on Saturdays. It is my side hustle, if you want to call it that. I do have a legitimate business to do so, and I help a friend here and there with bigger parties too, and kind of give her a second hand as a second artist. So I'm actually helping my friend Shanoa. She has a wedding in DC and a very large party of people to do makeup on. So I am going to be doing 7 people's makeup today, which is going to be pretty rough because I feel like my sweet spot is anywhere from like 5 to 6, but it's okay. I am just trying to help out a friend because she wasn't able to find another artist because her last artist backed out on her. Super last minute notice. Today was literally my only Saturday off between beginning of October to Thanksgiving. So I'm a little bummed that I don't get a Saturday to myself in these 2 busy bridal season months, but I'm glad that I'm helping out a friend and it'll be fun. I love seeing her, so I'm excited. I will talk to you guys once I get back from that. we're back at home and I am about to head out again because Charlie and I have to head over to Rockville, Maryland to have a birthday lunch with our family. It is Charlie's dad's, I think like 71st birthday. No, there's no way. 61? No? Okay, I guess it's 71. Yeah, his 71st birthday. We're just celebrating it casually at their place. I think my mother-in-law, Charlie's mom, is going to be making lunch for us, which is super, super exciting. She is a fantastic cook, so I'm very excited. I'm super hungry already because I woke up super early today. But as you saw, we did a little journaling kind of work day at the cafe. We walked there, which was so nice. The weather was absolutely gorgeous. It's still gorgeous, obviously. The leaves are changing colors and it finally is feeling very much like fall, which I am totally living for. I was starting to create my October recap monthly spread, but I ran out of sticker paper for my Ivy Canon little sticker printer device, so I wasn't able to actually finish that. But I did do my reading log and did a couple of other admin things here and there, so I'm satisfied with that. We're gonna head out now, and I think we're gonna stop by Wegmans to get this like balloon, like a birthday balloon, just for fun, like shits and giggles. I think it'll be like a funny little thing that will make them laugh. I wanted to show you really briefly my outfit. I look like a little walking avocado. I love it. And this is just like a wool cardigan sweater type of thing. I love this color so, so much. You guys know how much I love my greens. And then I have these corduroy pants. She fits me like a glove. Like it's so comfortable. It's not tight in any place, but it's still not too baggy. The length is perfect. I didn't have to get these hemmed or altered or anything. It's just perfection. I am in love with this outfit. And then underneath, I just have a simple white square neck tank from Cezanne. For my bag, I think I'm just going to continue wearing my mini Anjou by Goyard. I've been absolutely loving this because she just fits literally everything and I have a little charm on it. It's from Skull Panda. It's a little peanut and I love it because, okay, so funny story. If you saw my Chicago vlog, you would have known that this is a Skull Panda blind box that I didn't want to get. It was the only character that I didn't want to get, but I did. But I'm loving it. I think she's a vibe. She's a little peanut. It's called Pranky Peanut. She has little devil ears. So funny and cute. Anyway, okay, I'm gonna head out. Alrighty. Wow, I just moved my whole love sack. Whoops. I wanted to end this video and conclude with some closing thoughts because today was one of those days, and I think this is actually perfect timing because I want to be as realistic and raw and genuine as possible with you. Today was one of those days where I really did feel like my 9 to 5 was all consuming and I couldn't do anything productive towards my own goals and aspirations outside of my 9 to 5. It took all of my energy to get through the day, and then after I logged off of my 9 to 5, it was so hard for me to live a life for myself and accomplish things that were on my personal to-do list. I hope you know that that is so normal. Not every day is going to feel like the best day you've ever lived. For example, for me today, it was just not my best day and I even missed a workout class. I was actually supposed to go to my local gym to attend a bar class after work at 5:30, but I logged off at 5. I really couldn't gather up the energy after such a long day today at work to put on a workout outfit, drive myself to the gym, do the workout, drive myself back, just do that whole shebang. I wasn't able to do it. When I made the decision not to go, did I feel bad about myself? Did I feel like I missed out on an opportunity to show up for myself? Sure. But at the same time, I'm not going to dwell on it because we all have our days. Not every day is going to feel like you are actively contributing to building your dream life. And that's okay because even if it doesn't seem like it, you are still maintaining and keeping the lights on. Sometimes that's all you can do. And although it is passive, you are still leveling up in little ways. And you may just not notice it at the time because you have like quote unquote failed at something. Since going to a workout class was just not in the cards for me today, I actually decided to pivot and do something that I did have the energy for, which is taking Romper, my dog, on a walk. I walked outside even if it was dark outside. Can we talk about that for a second? Because it is getting dark at 5 o'clock and I am not ready for it. It is not good for my mental health, but I am getting through it. I know I'm not the only one who feels the seasonal depression coming on. Despite the darkness outside, I was able to commit to a 30-minute walk with Romper. It was a great time and I felt so much better about myself knowing the fact that I tried my best and I showed up for myself in that alternative way. I can say that that is a way of me showing up for myself even if it wasn't according to the original plan. Sometimes you just gotta pivot. Sometimes you gotta go with the flow and see what your mind, body, and soul tells you to do instead. So I just wanted to share that as a closing thought because I don't want this video to feel like, oh my gosh, like you have to do all of these things outside of 9 to 5 to build your dream life and get closer to the better version of your life that you're striving for. Not at all. I feel like it's never going to be perfect. And honestly, it's all about mindset. Like for me, I already know that I am living maybe it's a small version, but a version of my dream life. It'll probably get upgraded as I get older and as I achieve more goals and things that I have been dreaming of. But I know that I'm so satisfied and I'm so grateful for everything that I have now that this really is a dream, you know? If you think about it that way and put a positive twist on it, I just feel like every day just feels a little bit better, a little bit more purposeful, intentional, and worth living. And I love that. And I think it's taken me a long way to get here as a severe overachiever who is also a recovering perfectionist. I always saw the glass half full, half empty, half full. Which one is the negative one? I forgot. You know what I'm saying. So I think I am just proud that I am finally able to say that I am so proud of myself for the accomplishments that I have and the version of dream life that I am living. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. I really hope you enjoyed this video and found it, I don't know, encouraging at the very minimum. If you were able to relate to anything that I said in this video, I would love to chat with you in the comments. What are some big things that you want to achieve in your life that is not tied to your 9 to 5? I would literally want to talk to you. Cheers to more soft and balanced days ahead, and I will talk to you in the next one. Bye.